guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is a very exciting day because we are going to be trying out and reviewing the ColourPop PrettyFresh Hydrating Foundation. I have tried their tinted moisturizer from the PrettyFresh collection and I did love it. However, it was light coverage. So I'm really excited to try the foundation since it's supposed to be medium buildable coverage. And I'm hoping that it will cover some of the more discoloration I have on my cheeks more than the tinted moisturizer did. So this is kind of everything that I was wishing for, hopefully. You know, it still has that same hydrating formula, however, it is supposed to be more coverage. So for you girls and guys like me that have that discoloration, this might be it. This is what the bottle looks like. It's kind of that frosted plastic material, and then it has the pump as well with the cover. It's very similar to the Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer that they came out with the tinted moisturizer. So I do like that. I prefer the bottle versus the tube pump that was with the tinted moisturizer just because it was harder to get out once you started, you know, really using it up. I felt like I had to kind of shake it towards the top to get it out of the bottle. So I'm really excited that this is in a tube. I bought mine in 2 shades since I did go online. I could not tell for the life of me what shade would match me better. So I just played it safe and bought medium 110 warm, and I also bought medium dark 135 warm. Since I do have a warmer undertone, I figured I'd get the medium and the medium dark range. So I don't know, I kind of feel like the medium might be a better match, but it is in that tinted glass, so, or tinted plastic, so it's going to be a little bit harder to tell straight from the bottle. Looking at the website for this product, it looks like it retails for $16, which it's a little bit more expensive than the tinted moisturizer. The tinted moisturizer was $14 if I can remember correctly, but it does have the same ingredients. It's the hyaluronic acid and coconut water. It does recommend to use the hydrating primer from this line as well for extra hydration, and it works well over any primer, sunscreen, or moisturizers. That is very exciting. So I already have my eyebrows on. I used the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade in the shade medium brown, as I always do. It's one of my favorites, and it just gives your eyebrows a very full and natural look to them. I'm going to color correct my under eyes now with the Bobbi Brown Corrector. I have mine in the shade Peach. Now that my under eyes are corrected, I'm going to use the PrettyFresh Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Primer. And I'm just gonna put probably like 1.5 pumps on the skin. This stuff smells so good. It smells like a tropical vacation at the beach. Their whole line smells good. I think it's the coconut water in it, but it just smells so good. I'm trying to figure out which shade to use. It honestly looks like the medium dark shade's gonna match with me better right now because it is summertime and I have a tan. But I'll definitely hold on to the lighter one because when I get lighter in the winter time, it'll look good. Oh yeah, that matches really nice. Okay, so now that we tested it, the medium dark shade is definitely the one for me. And it's a little runny consistency, but definitely a lot thicker than the tinted moisturizer for sure. And it honestly doesn't really smell like anything, which is probably good for anyone with sensitive skin like myself. I did a 1.5 pumps, which is probably a little bit too much, but we'll just go ahead and apply it and see how much we use. So far, I'm noticing a lot of brush strokes if you were to apply this with a brush, but the coverage is actually really nice. It's not covering everything, but it does say it's buildable. So I'm gonna dab this down with a sponge and put one more layer on and see how buildable it is. Okay, so I just finished applying the second layer on my skin, and like I said before, there are a lot of brush strokes in this, so I'd recommend definitely using a sponge either to just apply it all together or at least, to go over the skin and smooth out those brush marks. I feel like this is giving my skin a very glowy, dewy, healthy appearance, and I feel like the shade matches really well with the rest of my skin. I think it's really beautiful. It doesn't have any strong scent still as it's on my face, and it doesn't feel super heavy. I'm really picky about my foundations, and if it feels heavy or like I'm wearing something on my face all day, I can't do it. And this so far is passing my test. I'm going to be using the ColourPop PrettyFresh Hyaluronic Acid Concealer as well, and I have mine in the shade Medium Dark 125N. I'm just putting that on areas where I have some more discoloration just to get a little bit more coverage on them. Lately, I've been using the L'Oreal Infallible Wear foundation every day as my everyday foundation because I don't like to use super expensive foundations every single day. I don't know, I might be, I'm a little cheap, I guess, but I just like to save my expensive foundations for more of like nights out or for events. But I really like how this foundation feels so far, so I might even replace this as my everyday wear depending on, how it wears throughout the day, but so far I really like it. To set the under eyes, I'm going to be using the Morphe Bacon Set Setting Powder in the shade Banana. And I'm actually just using this under the eyes because I do have those dark circles. The banana, or like the yellowness in the banana shade, kind of helps cancel out that darkness. The only thing with that setting powder, it is really messy. It gets everywhere whenever I open it. So just be cautious of that, especially if you're wearing a dark shirt like me. You don't want to get yellow banana powder all over it. To set the rest of the face, I'm using the Ciate London. This is their Extraordinary Translucent Powder. I like this one a lot just because it's really light on the skin. It doesn't make it feel too dry or cakey, so it's just a nice thing to just set the foundation so it doesn't move around all day. For the eyes, I'm going to be using the ColourPop California Love palette. This is one of my absolute favorites. I use it in the summertime, the fall, spring. Honestly, I use it year-round. They are more warm tones, but I just think they look gorgeous on the eyes. And on top of that, it's super affordable. And I believe when I was on their website looking at the details for the foundation, it did say this palette's 20% off. If you want to go on there and get it for 20% off, now is the time. I'm going to use a eyeshadow primer first. This is the Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is by NARS. I've used this plenty of times in my videos. This just keeps my eyes from creasing and it helps the color stay on. back into the Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills and just kind of touch up my eyebrows a little bit more since some of it got wiped away when I put on that foundation. To finish off the look and give the eyes a little bit more definition, I'm going to be using the Ish eyeliner in the shade Hot Chocolate. And I'm just going to smudge this along the top lids of the eye. For bronzer, I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Bronze Please bronzer, and I have mine in the shade Latera. I love how big this palette is. It's so cute. And it has like a really cute palm tree design on it as well. I don't know if the camera's showing it, but it's super cute. For blush, I'm actually going to be mixing two together. This one is by Milani. It's their Rose Powder Blush in the shade Spiced Rose. And this one's by M Cosmetics. It's the Heaven's Glow collection in the shade Faded Clementine. And this one has a lot of shimmer in it, so it can actually double as a highlighter. I'm going to put this one as the base and kind of go over it with this orangey highlighter, like shimmery shade. So let's see how it looks. And I love this rose shade. I've tricked so many people. Like they're like, oh, I see you got some sun. And I'm like, little do you know, it's just my blush. And I'm gonna spread the Spiced Rose shade all across the nose with the Faded Clementine one. I'm just going to focus it on the areas that I want to be highlighted. Okay, so now we're going in with the Faded Clementine, and I'm just focusing it on the high points of the cheek. I'm actually going to bring this one up a little higher as well, around the eye and at the tip of the nose. For mascara, I'm using the Big Monsieur mascara by Lancome. I got mine in waterproof just because I got married in this, so I figured I'd be safe to get waterproof mascara because I cry pretty easily when it comes to like sweet, cute things. Like I'm just a sucker for like puppies or just any cute stories. So my wedding day definitely went in for the waterproof mascara. I'm using the Beauty Vault lip liner, and this is in the shade Beau Babe. For my lip shade, I'm using the Milani lip cream. This is their matte satin collection, and I'm using mine in the shade Elegant. It is really messy, and a little bit goes a long way. So try to dab it. I try to dab it and then kind of move my lips together to rub it in. To set the eyebrows, I'm just using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is my favorite. It's the only thing that can just keep my eyebrows from moving because they tend to get curly when they get longer. So if I don't put this on, they will start moving all over the place throughout the day. To finish off this look, I'm using, of course, the ColourPop Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist in their PrettyFresh collection line. As you can see, I do like this one a lot. It's already halfway gone. And this smells very similar to the primer. It has that coconut, I'm on vacation type smell to it. It's very, very nice, very dewy, very hydrating. I love it. Now that I've given that a minute to dry down, I'm just gonna lightly dab it over with my sponge to kind of blend all of my powder products together. I zoomed you in a little bit closer to my face so you can see the final look and how the foundation looks once it's been sitting on the face for a while. So far, I really like it, and especially now since it's dried down a little bit, honestly, it doesn't really feel like I have anything on my skin at all. And it has a very natural finish, which I like. Honestly, this is going to compete with the L'Oreal Infallible Wear Foundation, which has been my favorite. I love that foundation so much. That's the foundation I got married in. So I'm going to keep using this one throughout the week, but so far, I think I might like this one even better. And especially for $16 to get this quality, like that's amazing. Well, I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. I'm gonna let this sit on my face. It's currently 2:35 p.m. I know it's a little late to put on makeup, but I'll let you know how it feels after I've worn it for 8 hours, if it's gone oily or broken apart in any places, but I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, so it is currently 9:31 p.m. I've been wearing the ColourPop PrettyFresh foundation for almost a little bit over 7 hours now. I was trying to go the full 8 hours, but I am a grandma. I go to bed so early, so I'm sorry I couldn't make the 10 hours for you guys, but I did want to take the time and film my thoughts on how the foundation wore and what I think of it so far. It definitely kept my skin feeling very moisturized and dewy all throughout the day. I didn't notice it sinking into any of my smile lines even after 7 hours of wear. The only thing I did notice, and it's probably because I used the hydrating primer as with the hydrating foundation, I just think it was a little bit too much for my skin. It got very, very dewy to the point where I did take a napkin one point in the day and kind of like dabbed it lightly to get rid of some of the oils. But even with my skin getting that oily, it really didn't break apart. The only place I really noticed it breaking apart was right here along my forehead. And you know, my forehead, I kind of have combination skin, and my forehead always gets greasy, so I'm not surprised there. But overall, I'm very impressed with this foundation. The coverage held up throughout the day. It didn't slide anywhere. I really want to wear it again, but with more of a smoothing primer, not really a moisturizing one, because I think it was just, like I said before, too much moisture for my skin. I definitely give this foundation a thumbs up. I'm going to continue wearing it. I'm going to keep trying it. I didn't notice any breakouts, so I'm super excited about this. And for $16, like, that's a really good deal for a dewy, medium buildable coverage foundation. I highly recommend trying it if you haven't already. If you have tried it, please leave a comment down below and let me know how it worked out for you. If you had dry skin, did you notice that it, you know, stayed well put throughout the day? Or if you have combo oily skin like me, did you notice any breaking apart? I'm really interested to see how you like the foundation and how it wore for you. If you love this review, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and give me a thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. I'll see you next time.